Hello, this is Rick, and this is Setlist 2. I've been looking for a reason to play this game, and hey, I thought I'd make a video. It's one of my favourite games actually. Played it as a kid, and I suppose it's one of those things, when you play a game as a kid, it has this nostalgic value that just never seems to leave. It's actually a really complex game. For a game that was initially made back in 1996, this is the 10th anniversary edition, which was then recreated 10 years later, finally that, over in 2006. And basically it was just a huge remastered edition of the original, just preserving the initial gameplay, and just updating the graphics and featuring some online multiplayer. I didn't realize that this 10th anniversary edition actually existed. I only actually remembered the older 2D graphic Setlist 2. So when I saw this, it was only about last year, in 2016, I was actually amazed, and I was just so impressed on how much it stuck to its roots, the actual game, and just preserved that gameplay that I remembered and loved. Anyway, for people you don't know, Setlist 2 is quite a different type of RTS game. It's definitely not like StarCraft or Warcraft, where you have the macro and micro. In some ways it's like SimCity and Warcraft sort of bundled together. It's all about how do you manage a complex chain of different sort of resources to eventually create your military and win the game. So, I suppose this video I'm going to do here, it's a little bit of a, I suppose, tribute in some ways. It's a game that maybe, in my opinion, doesn't receive enough attention, or maybe it does, but just not in the circles that I know. And perhaps a little bit of a how to play, but I suppose I'm just gonna ramble along. Any tips that anybody might have in my style of rambling / commentary, I much appreciate it. And perhaps if there is some interest out there for an actual how to play it, then maybe I could perhaps look at doing that. Anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and start playing the game. Now there's one thing. At this normal speed, it is a little bit slow, so I'm going to speed it up like 2 times, I think. We can even go to 3 times, but it's been a while since I've played, so I don't want to get totally whopped by the computer, so I'm just going to go by 2 times. Now we just saw our private sort of waltz into the bags here, and now I've got all this available space to now expand and build it. What I'm going to do is clear out some of these forests and make way for some farming and some other buildings. It's actually quite similar to real life, isn't it? Clear out the forest, make buildings, make farms, and we'll do progress. Anyway. And we'll just get back up to that 2 times speed. So, very quick summary. Resources for buildings. Need logs. They then get churned up and made into planks. You need stone at the quarry. The stone and the planks then get transported one by one all the way to their building sites. Where the builder will build them. And basically, this game carries on with that process from planks to stone, make food, make water, make beer, use coal, use the iron to make your tools, to eventually make swords and shields, and to make gold pieces, so you can finally make the in-game unit, the general. Just to show, these are some military units. And to make each military unit, it takes a ton of resources. It takes a lot. So, upgrading them to the general is the most cost-effective way. One general can take about 9 privates out. So what I like to do at the very start of the game is look for some gold to start, so I can start upgrading these guys. I think around about last year I was playing my bro, and yeah, this is one thing I knew that he didn't know was generals. Basically, you know, on the cost efficiency scale, like I think about one general can take on about 9 privates. And there's one thing I knew, and I could just basically I knew the secret, and I could beat him every time. So if you ever watched this video, he knows what my secret was to win this game. So I'm just turning off the gold supply, so eventually when we do find gold, it doesn't get wasted at the barracks upgrading the privates. The privates do get upgraded at a military building. There's about 4 different military buildings: the barracks, the guardhouse, watchtower, and the stronghold. You know, there's a bit of a ramble, but it all makes sense when we all put it together. Essentially, you want to make your generals in a watchtower and a stronghold, as it's a little bit more efficient on resources. I can't exactly remember what the reason was for that. Something about a gold piece can upgrade multiple units. But anyway, as we get on to the game, we'll get more into that. So right now, we just want to get our supply of planks up. So I'm just going to build 2 sawmills. Start clearing our forest, and I might start expanding out this way too. As we go along, we'll look for some food. I'll just check out what these mines might be holding. Yeah, it's a very nice and simple way to start the game. What you need is planks, what you need is stone. And that's what you need to be able to build your buildings. And the next step is to find some gold, so we can start upgrading all the soldiers we have. Honestly, when we start looking at how to actually start producing soldiers, you'll be amazed at how much actually goes into it. But this is a really good way to start off anyway. It's nice to have another stone patch here. I might get a quarry to start mining it already. I find actually stone runs out quite quickly in this game. So they've got this one patch here. This other patch there. Basically, once it runs out, that's it. It needs to start some more. As opposed to trees. Trees are renewable. And when I find a suitable location, I will start planting some trees. Actually, I might just start planting some trees here. Get this forester. One forester can provide enough work for about 2 woodcutters. And basically he'll just go ahead and plant trees, and woodcutter will chop it down, and everything's all nice and renewable resources. gold here. I mean, a lot of coal, even, rather. These signs eventually disappear, so... Oh, perfect. Got our gold already. I mean, we found some gold already. The unique thing about this game is you can't control any of these guys. So you can't even click them, you know? It's all about initiating orders, putting the buildings down, and then just hoping that everybody will just follow the instructions properly in some sort of logical manner. Everything comes out of the headquarters. Everybody lives in here, all the resources will go back to it and then come out. So, as we start to get further and further away, things take a little bit longer every time to get to where things need to be. And later on we can start to build storehouses which act as mini headquarters, but they'll come a little bit later. Although around here may actually be quite a good area. Perfect. Now that we've found some gold, I might go ahead and make a watchtower where we can start training some generals. So we'll get one there. And actually mind building one there too. But we'll just go for that now. Okay. Just need to double check something just happened with my sound there for a second. Double check everything's alright. Okay. Now we'll get a gold mine and need to get some coal mines. So to make our generals, we need a private, which was those guys in the headquarters. We need a gold coin. A gold coin is made from gold and coal, and then we need a place to train them up, which is a watchtower, a guardhouse, or barracks. So here's our mint, which will produce our gold coins, the coal mine and the gold mine. And one thing that the gold miners and the coal miners need is lots of food, lots of it. Even though there's all these guys around here who don't need food, the people who need food are the people who work in the mines. They need lots of it. So the sources of food is fish, which we've got our fishermen going out to get some. We've got 2 of them, which is quite good. Meat, there's some animals running about. We can possibly get a hunter to catch some. Yeah, there's a couple there. Go there. Guess I'll go get a hunter to go catch those ones. So they run out really quickly, super quickly, these animals. The hunter poaches them all into extinction really quickly. But however, it's for the investment of how much you put in that hunter's hut, it's really cheap. And then finally, last one is to make farms, which then produces wheat, which can be made into flour and then eventually made into bread. The thing about farms is they take up so much room. they need a lot of room. Even this is not enough. They need room around the farm to actually spread their crops and grow, which we'll soon see. So make them. Cool. Let's just see how our... Still got plenty of planks. It's good. These 2 sawmills seem to be doing the job. As we come out this way, expanding out here, I think we can connect our 2 sides up, which will be quite nice. Make sure we don't have coins going there. I kind of wish that was the default option actually. But oh well, that's what it is. Cool. Now that we've got our gold mine starting to work. Good. Like getting some more watchtowers up. I think here, oh actually even at this stage we can just get a stronghold instead actually. Military buildings can't be placed too close to each other. Cool. Get a stronghold to be the best, most cost efficient training facility. And also a place to defend from. Cool. Here we go, we've got some gold already been made. Hopefully gonna be just taken right to the mid. Gold to be taken to mint so we can start making coins straight away. Ooh. Alright, we found our first enemy. So one thing that makes a big difference to this game to other games is you can't select your military units to go and attack. Instead what you do is you click the opposing military building and then guys from your military building will basically waltz over to attack them. You can't, instead of, there's no micro involved, which is quite good for me because I'm terrible at micro at times. If not all the time. Cool. So we've got our farm here. Basically, we just need to find big open spaces where we can make more farms. What we might have to do is get another wood chopper. Everything has to be connected by roads in this game, otherwise it does not work. It can be a bit of a nuisance at times. But I think also the whole road building thing is, what do you call it? It's one of the nostalgic values of this game actually. And it's one of the things that I always ask when I play any future Settlers game. Even as annoying as it is, it's one of the best features of this game. It's hard to explain until you play it why building these roads to connect these buildings is so much fun. But whenever I play the newer editions of Settlers, I asked myself, where are the roads? We had roads. Roads were totally mandatory game. Alright, got our gold coins being made. And here is one thing where the IQ, I don't fully understand the IQ sometimes. So, we've got a gold coin beat that was made at the mints. And it would have been ideal if that gold coin could just go straight to the watchtower. Because that's where it's needed to be, to upgrade my unit. But instead, that gold coin is going to travel all the way back to the headquarters. And then from the headquarters, it will then come back out to the watchtower. It's like it's been programmed that the headquarters acts as some sort of sorting facility, because the guys here, their IQ isn't completely high enough to be able to put things into actual places. So that's one aspect, which took me a long while. It took me quite a long time to learn when I first started to learn this game. Is you can build, I suppose, the storehouses, which I might build. Let's see, where should I build it? As I get further, I'll show you. There's this building called the storehouse, and that basically acts as a sorting place, as well as a place to put down the materials, so materials don't have to travel all the way from the headquarters. But also acts as a sorting place to be able to get items to go where they need to go. Cool. It's great. It's looking to be lots of space in this area, so we'll start putting some bigger farms here. Farms need lots of space, that's probably too close to each other. So the farms will eventually make the flour, which can be turned, make the, God, the farms make flour. What does the cow drink? Milk. So, bloody water. Okay, so the farms make wheat, which gets transported to the mill to be turned into flour. The flour can then be put into a bakery with water from a well, which can be used to make bread. Oof. All of that food just to feed these hungry hippos over at the mines. Alright, we can see that the gold is finally starting to make its way back into the watchtower. We're getting now got officers. And ho ho, we've now got a general. And the general can be used, and we've got some people here which we can fight. That's great news. We've got our general, which we can use. Let's see what he can do. Let's see what he can do in the next video. Thank you for watching, and if you'd like to see more, just leave me some comments. And yeah, in the next video, stay tuned, and we'll see what our general can do.